On this Tuesday night, it's Lansing Ignite FC making the long journey over to Tucson, Arizona, looking for 3 points after they were denied them at home via Toronto FC2 back on Friday night. FC Tucson, same scoreline, same result, 2-0 loss at home. And for the home side, the issue in the match was chances inside the box. But if you look outside the box, they were pretty fantastic. 18 crosses, some great pressure up top, creating chances out of that. But just 4 shots, 1 on goal overall. They'll be looking to use the wings tonight. And as we take a look at the starting lineup coming up soon, we'll see some of the influence maybe from Phoenix Rising coming into this one, as we saw some loans come in this week, maybe to create some of those excellent chances like this one we saw here. But Pablo Jara having another great match for Tormenta, getting another clean sheet to his name, unfortunately, at FC Tucson. The road side here, Lansing Ignite FC also losing 2-0, weirdly enough, at home. And unfortunately, it was some defensive miscues that caused that result. Other than that, they were fantastic on the field. If you look at the film, maybe should have won the game. Fantastic in all categories, as Coach Nate Miller called it. But, of course, the result is what matters, losing 2-0. And maybe would have changed the game if Nathan Lewis was able to head that one into the back of the net, one he wants back. But other than that, something to build off of for Coach Miller and his squad as they head across the country looking for the 3 points. Coming up next on ESPN Plus, special edition of USL League One Soccer here on ESPN Plus. It's FC Tucson looking for 3 points against Lansing Ignite FC. Welcome back here into Kino North Stadium in Tucson, Arizona. There they are, Lansing Ignite FC and FC Tucson marching into the stadium as we get set to check out our starting lineups here tonight in Tucson. For FC Tucson, some influence maybe from up the road from Phoenix Rising, some loans announced this week. You can see that overall with Spencer and Calistri entering the starting 11. Vega is back as well for FC Tucson, trying to help out the effort. He had that lone goal in the loss at Tormenta a few weeks ago, along with DeVos and Venter coming back as the center backs from the 2-0 loss to Tormenta on Friday night. For the away side, Lansing Ignite FC, Coach Nate Miller told us maybe some rotation ahead of their matchup at Richmond Kickers on Saturday. And we're seeing that overall here. Should be maybe a back five we'll see overall from Lansing Unite with its wing backs transferred out. Williams and Moon back in there for the starting 11, along with the typical central midfield and forwards for Lansing Unite FC. Nathan Lewis and Celso coming off the bench, so we'll see if they can impact the second half with their speed and ability on the wings. Beautiful night for soccer here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm Chris Makoviak bringing you the action here on ESPN+. Glad to have you with us. I know the fans out there are enjoying the atmosphere here on a Taco Tuesday as well, and don't want the tacos to get too much to you. With the Arizona complete health injury report, just one name on there, Keenan Weeks, one of the goalkeepers for FC Tucson, unfortunately dealing with a lower body injury. As gets set here from Tucson, Arizona. An interesting week for both these teams, but what helps out is they both played Friday evening, so it does give them kind of a midweek game, kind of a Wednesday affair here, away from it being a Tuesday matchup. Coming off of a weekend where all 10 teams were back in action for USL League One, so a lot of moving in the standings and the power rankings on USLLeague1.com. And Lansing and Tucson, unfortunately, last weekend being the two of those teams that were shut out, not able to get much going on the offensive end in terms of scoring, and trying to bounce back here for Lansing. They'll try to do it on the cross-country trip for FC Tucson. Last match for quite a while in USL League One play. They won't play again until the 11th against the Richmond Kickers. So after this one, both these teams will face the Richmond Kickers, one of the hotter teams in the league. 2 straight wins for them under head coach David Bulow. But tonight, to start things off, they'll look to get 3 points here in Tucson. Ben Spencer will start things off, looking for the false start call, but we're off and rolling here in Tucson. Glad to have you with us. Gorgeous night in Arizona. There'll be a throw-in on the far side. For FC Tucson, as mentioned, not much going on in the chances created category against Tormenta. Just 4 shots, 1 shot on goal, but they were skillful in on the wings, on the transition. That was a focus of study for Coach Nate Miller of Lansing Unite heading into this game, the counterattack ability quickly move up the field for FC Tucson. Kyle Carr back on that center back spot for Lansing Unite FC, and they will work into that 5-back formation with Fricke heading it at the back, right in front of Kyle Ein, who's getting his first start for Lansing in goal. Mike Kirk getting the night off, or at least should get the night off, on the bench currently for this match. Here's Moshe Bani. He'll work it out wide left. Here's Nick Moon, one of those wing backs coming into the squad tonight. Sent in Silva, but one hop right into Ejimadu's arms. 12 saves so far this season in his 4 starts. LAFC Loney as Carr will knock this all the way back. Carr playing defensive midfield spot to start the season. Now he's back in the back 3 with Koyfik currently not with the squad. As Carr will take it in on the right side, the Liberty University player, and played 2018 with Lansing United and USL League 2. I know some members of the assembly line enjoy his hair, but a bit short right now. As Silva will knock it over, early foul. Ledbetter will take the throw in back from his loan with Phoenix Rising last weekend, and definitely missed at least a bit for this FC Tucson squad against Tormenta. Heading back the other way, sent over and cleared by Williams, the help of Fricke as well. It was Calistri getting in there. Another Phoenix Rising player on loan this week with FC Tucson. Former Northwestern Wildcat in college.
He cuts in and out. Just something we got to deal with.
Foul on the far side, and it will be a free kick for Carr and Lansing Ignite. work the far flank. The coach, Nate Miller, enjoying how his team played and what he called all metrics of the game against Toronto, but unfortunately just some mistakes at the back and Toronto pounced on them. So just trying to analyze things well, keep going, and try to get another 3 points. 2-2 on the season are the Ignite. 1-2-1 for FC Tucson as Moshe Bani takes it centrally. Started the season more as a wing player, now moving centrally in today's match. Blatant pass given away by Nick Mood. And had a play off of Silva. There's coach Darren Sawatsky on the near sideline. Going to make many adjustments with some new players joining the squad this week. Headed back, and Lansing will take over. Here's Fricky. They had over 70% of possession in their loss to Toronto FC2. Of course, that not paving way to any goals. Kind of a weird weekend in League One. Many clean sheets and great defensive efforts. Fort Madison had their inaugural home opener, 0-0 against Greenville. Out of play, it's a throw-in on the near side for Lansing Ignite. This was the danger for Lansing in that one goal, the penalty also given up in the back due to a quick giveaway. They got out of the situation. Somersault, very good in the midfield against Tormenta on Friday night. Bruce takes over, starting at forward the last few matches. The suspension of Ricky Lopez-Espin. Moon sends it in there, the cross, knocked down, saved by Ejimadu. Believe it was Moshe Bani that got that touch inside the box. The volley through traffic a bit here in the 6th minute. Ledbetter will take it on the right side. Moshe Bani, a dangerous player, but haven't seen too much of him centrally in the field. Very strong on the wings. Remember him combining well with Celso on the left wing against Richmond Kickers in the season opener. Carr handling the traffic well in that double team from the forwards. Terran on the left back spot will take it in. He gets the start today. The Tucson backline is something to keep an eye on. Really a new backline, trying to figure things out still. Stoneman will knock it out of play. And Tucson backline handling the last chance for Lansing well with the help of Ajimadu. As Moon with the cross and knocked down by Moshe Bani through those two bodies, DeVos and Venter, who Coach Sawatsky calls two true center backs. Finally, the team can have in the back. This ball floats in, headed towards goal, but floats out of play. Two true center backs. He said that at the start of the season they were playing with 4 true outside backs as their back line, which worked out fairly well to start the season at a record of 1-1-1. But now trying to shore things up, and Ledbetter and Terran coming in, fill those outside back roles, and very deep in that category on the bench as well. Of course, Bjornthun and Wakasa tonight. That's one thing to watch as we hit maybe the second half later into this game, how deep these benches truly are. Some great offensive names may see change the game up. Lansing trying to do that now as they move up the field. Given away in the end to Calistri. Out of play. And it's going to go to Lansing Ignite. Instead, called change there. It's a throw in for Nick Moon on the near side. Moon scoring this season. A home win over the Richmond Kickers. Wonderful strike from the top of the box. Right side now, Williams will send it back to Carr, and they'll give Kyle Ine a touch. Wisconsin native. Spent last season with Reno in USL Championship, 4 appearances for them.
It's cutting in and out.
Ejimadu. Back to DeVos. Here's Williams. Ball into the box. Moshabani there, heads it down, but again, Ejimadu there. Not sure if that quite qualifies as a shot, but I'll give it to him. 2 chances by Moshabani inside the box, but nothing so far in terms of goals here in the 10th minute. Williams. Beautiful ball in there, but Moshabani the only one there. And just like that, the Knight back with possession. Moshabani. Gomez leads the team in chances created. They'll work it out to the right flank. Williams gets his pass deflected. Tehran will head it on. This Lansing team putting up 7 goals this season, but they've given up just as many. That's been the issue so far. As this ball will trickle out of play to the far side. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Select ball now, flying to the left flank. Tehran takes it in. FC Tucson just 5 goals scored, 7 given up, and of course 3 of those 5 goals coming in the season opener, the win at Orlando City B, a dominating 3-1 performance. Trying to find one here, Calistri down the right flank. He cuts back out, looking for the cross, gets something in there, but into the side netting. Kyle Ine not worrying about that one. Calistri dodging the challenge from Stoneman, but still not able to find anything of it. And that was the story also for Tucson on Friday night. Jamel Cox is the leader in chances created for the squad. He only has 4. That's tied for 21st in the entire league, all players. Moon will try things out from the left side, cuts in, looks at a cross, but Gomez can't get there in time. Off the referee, and Lansing will say thank you to that as play continues. Here's Carr, back to Cerda.
Hey, do you hear anything?
Occasionally.
Silva back over.
Do you hear anything right now?
No.
And Cerda takes back in possession. Now Williams on the far side. And Lansing, this is how they like to play. Keep possession of the ball, move it up ahead. And still Tucson not able to work that counterattack to their liking. Jamga running all the way back but can't get the tackle. Bruce takes over, cuts in, top of the box. Deflected away on the chance and volleyed back the other way. Tucson getting out of the situation, but Ben Spencer trying to spur things. Galistri on the right wing. We'll give it on back to Ledbetter. Galistri. Up the right flank. Ben Spencer takes over. Phoenix Rising player. Knocks it over. Trying to spur the attack, and Summersault, he wanted Ledbetter to make that run there, but he chose to stay put. That ball stayed in play. 0-0 here from Tucson, Arizona. Chris Makoviak here. Bring you the call. Tuesday night action in USL League One will start us off to the week ahead. Of Stoneman out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Calistri. Lansing head coach Nate Miller there on the near side. Out of play, throw-in now as FC Tucson moves the troops up the field. Right back with it as home side can't seem to get towards the box here in the first 15 minutes. Wheeler Omanu knocks it back. He's a player that started on the back line to begin the season, but tonight and Friday night, now moving up more into the midfield. That's more of his true position. Galistri barely keeps that in play. No, they're going to say that was out. Just barely on the toe poke. Throwing on the near side for Lansing Ignite. First game on the road in a bit for Lansing Ignite. Enjoying a homestand at Cooley Law School Stadium up in Lansing, Michigan. Silva chips it on ahead down the right flank. Something may be brewing for Lansing. Ventura tries to get the challenge in there. No call as Gomez gets back possession. Cuts it back. No, he'll keep it away from Williams. Williams, cross in there. Ejimadu can't grab it. He'll punch it away. Top of the box. Headed back around. Nick Moon, left side. Little through ball. Cerda. Stopped by Summersault, and we'll have a goal kick. Thought that might be our first corner kick of the match, but instead goes the way of FC Tucson. Williams again with the cross. Punched away by Ejimadu. 0-0 here, 17 minutes in. Beautiful sunset sky here in Tucson, Arizona. Summersault taking that directly to the face, and good work by the head official to pause action, get a check on that concussion protocol. Karen Abt, our head official this evening. Summersault, a very important player to FC Tucson as well, of course. St. Kitts International. He'll get checked on and hopefully okay to return, and it looks like Lansing will give possession on back to FC Tucson.
Aiden, I love these bracket straps.
Led better
Yeah.
I'm buying you lunch.
to the back
dude.
line. DeVos, the Hartford Athletic loanee, trying to get it away. Venter will too. And suddenly a Lansing possession. Can they capitalize? Moon cuts it back, looking for the opportunity. Inside the box, crosses over. Again, it's in. But the flag is up, and that'll keep Alex Bruce from getting a tally. Thought he was a few steps off sides there, but Nick Moon making a great opportunity and trying to get it around Ejimadu. First great chance here in the 19th minute. Moon almost with the assist here and got it around also the sliding challenge of DeVos. We stay scoreless here in Tucson. Williams, right flank. They'll again go through Moon. Flicks it in, then Moshabani coming in. Gomez too. Moshabani floats it there, but just wide of the outstretched arms of Ejimadu. Yet another opportunity here for Lansing. Three shots so far for the Ignite here on the road. Both these teams currently below the top four, and of course, here in the inaugural season of League One, top four teams will make the playoffs. Of course, early in the season, I do understand that. 6 points for Lansing right now on the table. 4 for Tucson. At the top, still sit Tormenta, and that's been the way it has been since day one. They had the 1-0 victory over Greenville back on March 29th, excuse me, at home. Moon, try things out on the left side. Moshabani flicks it over, but headed out by Teron. Vega up ahead. Vega has been with Phoenix Rising the past few weeks after making his stamp on League One with a free kick goal. This ball will be brought back. Had the first goal in that match, and then Tormenta went on a 3-goal unanswered run in the second half. Down the right flank, here's Gomez. Venter in with the challenge, ball stays in play. Near side now, it'll be Moon again, keeping it in. Silva. And Lansing will take it around the back. Spreading things out, Moshabani, left side, looking for the cross. Have to go to short route instead. As Stoneman coming all the way up. His back line right at midfield. Pressure from Spencer. Working on back. Compact defense from FC Tucson. Vega, some pressure up ahead. Bruce, grabbed from behind. He'll stay on his feet, though. Moon. Get it again here. Knocks it back to Serda. And that leaves Bruce pretty open on the left flank. As Lansing clearly continues to pass it around, but Serda will finally try something into the box, headed up. Williams comes in, heads it on. Bruce in the box, Ledbetter there, the touch, and finally cleared in the end by DeVos. Still the ignite continue. Moon. Pass it back. Lansing trying to give assembly line something to celebrate. Back at O-zones in Lansing. And offsides again, second of the match so far for Lansing Ignite. And still not able to penetrate that defense. 4 shots for Lansing Ignite so far, just 1 on target.
Yes.
24th minute of action here from Kino North Stadium. Fans follow FC Tucson and Lansing Ignite FC, and of course the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Include that, of course, the U.S. Open Cup action coming up on May 7th. Lansing Ignite will play host to AFC Ann Arbor. A great Michigan soccer battle. Stolen away by Lansing.
Right.
Stoneman now.
Thank you.
Over to Carr. All Lansing so far, and they're going to try to get back to the box. 63% of the possession going the Ignite's way as this ball goes all the way through, but it looks like it'll be a little bit too quick there for Spencer and goes out of play. Ben Spencer, the 24-year-old forward, played last season and the last few seasons, I should say, in the Toronto FC system. 19 appearances for TFC2, 5 for the parent club. 1 goal and 3 appearances for Phoenix Rising in the USL Championship this season. Trying to get one for FC Tucson tonight. As a Jamga on the run there for the through ball into the box, sends it across, bit too far for Calistri. He'll tap it on down though. Trying to weave on through, deflected away, still alive in there. Carr loses it. Jamga the shot. Jamga the goal. And a fist pump in the air as they have their first goal in quite some time. And it's 1-0 to the home side. Devin Jamga. Giving the fans something to cheer about from that left flank. He's been dangerous so far with some of these through balls, and he finally secures one. Just deflections all around. Carr, just a bad hop on that ball and goes through the arms of Ein as well, and goal. And you could see the backspin a little bit on that ball. Weird hop again for Lansing, and they give up a goal on the back side of things. But for Tucson, a big one. Haven't had a goal since their home match against Toronto FC2 a long while back. Despite, once again, Lansing having nearly all the possession, they give up a goal, and they find themselves down 1-0 on the road here in the 28th. Again, things have gone through Moon on the near side. He'll cut in this time around. Oshabane shoved off the ball there by Ledbetter. Ball sent right flank. Calistri will keep it in play. It's a bender in there, but past Spencer. Left flank now. Jamga the chance. The heat check no good off of Carr. He'll take it in the corner. Deflected, headed away inside the box. Somersault! Almost a beauty, a screamer, but one hops wide right of the goal. And if FC Tucson wasn't feeling it the first 20, 25 minutes, they certainly are now. Some confidence on the field from Somersault. Former Appalachian State player almost putting it home. And now Tucson already with almost as many shots as they had against Tormenta on Friday night. So this ball goes out of play. They have 3 overall and 1 on goal, of course, and that being the goal. Moon, some room here to work. There, Amanu clears it upfield. Grant Stoneman working on back to Carr. Lansing has had chances so far. They just have not been able to finish. Ejimadu has been strong at times out there. Indianapolis native, he's 19 years old. Darkness starting to really take over here in Tucson. Vega, some room to run. A little through ball. It's a nice move by him, but cleared away. As Venture steps up to keep this ahead. Deflected back the other way. Williams will run onto this. DeVos there first, and he'll clear it out. Lansing has a chance to really get some numbers ahead here, but a bit too long to take the throw in. Gomez that takes it. Back the other way. Hey, there's Jamga again. Headed away by Stoneman. Almost a high boot by Spencer. Throw in coming for FC Tucson. Wait for troops to come up the field. Tehran will send it in, but they lose it quickly on the deflection. Ledbetter. They'll take a chance from far out, but this will sail well out. Nine will have a goal kick out of this one. Not nearly as close to Somersault as before. 1-0 on the goal by Jamga. FC Tucson the first lead in the match since the home opener against Toronto FC2. Back on April 13th. FC Tucson, very important game for them. They have the upcoming weekend off. No other midweek games coming until the 11th. For Lansing, they'll turn around from this and travel back on over to the Richmond Kickers, who become very familiar with Lansing, and Richmond, I'm sure, going to want to have a say after losing both matches to Lansing, home and away, giving up 3 goals each time. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Miller rotates this squad, and regularly rotates it at that, with also the Open Cup matchup coming up midweek the following week. This team will play 4 matches counting tonight in the next 2 weeks. Zerda takes over. This Tucson defense has been very composed. They're not trying to press too high or too quickly than they need to. Making Lansing come to them, especially with the 1-0 lead. Zerda, he'll send it into the air again to Moon, who found some open room on the near side. Moon, little flick, top of the box. Gomez right back to him. Can't keep it in play, and it's a goal kick for FC Tucson. They stand tall again, and Moon has had to deal with Ledbetter on this near side. A great battle to this point, but Moon's still not able to connect with his teammates. Had that one great chance to Alex Bruce, but unfortunately for him, it's an offsides flag. Ten minutes left here for Lansing Ignite to respond here with an equalizer. Foul called against FC Tucson. Ben Spencer called for it. Shots for Lansing Ignite. Their loss to Toronto, but just 3 on goal. That's showing a little bit tonight. Able to get to the edge of the box with a lot of these chances, but not able to penetrate very well, as Williams is dragged down there by Teron. Quickly taken by Carr, and we're back underway. Bit of a switch here in formation, as Moshe Bane has moved all the way to the right flank now. Williams a little bit up ahead. Now he's jogging back over. Definitely a quick player. Dangerous on the wings, but it's been more central so far. Had those 2 early shots in the match, but we haven't seen much from him since then. Williams. Carr. Through ball up ahead. Bruce on the run, but that'll trickle all the way to Ejimadu. See what they were trying there, but still Lansing not able to penetrate that box. FC Tucson back the other way. Pretty poor punt. Little dribbler right back to Lansing. Lansing down 1-0, but 66% of the possession to this point. Little flick back, no good on that one. Somersault comes from behind and takes down Williams, and this should be the first caution of the match, and indeed it is. The somersault. Pretty heavy tackle. They track back after losing the ball on that flick. And there's the card officially presented to Somersault, his 2nd of the season. his 5th start overall. Here's another look at that. Challenge from behind, pretty clear. Our first booking of the night. Quick interception by FC Tucson. Stolen right back from Summersaw. Had a frustrating 2 minutes here. Moon. Right on back. Moon's been the secret to the attack so far as this ball goes in towards Bruce, but he collides with Ejimadu. Would have been a offsides flag anyway. That's the 3rd for Lansing in this first half alone. Let's take another look at this ball over the top. '40th minute here in Tucson. Headed on. Good run by Calistri. He has Vega by him, but nice job there by the Lansing defense of getting back. Ledbetter sends it in, but the cross deflected away. Back towards Nate Miller. Ledbetter will take it quickly. Chested down by Silva. Carr. Late challenge there, warrants the foul. It's a free kick for Lansing Ignite. So far, 4 shots for the Ignite, 1 on target. 90% passing with all the short game moving up the field. They'll try it out wide now on the right side. Williams sends it in, headed away by Teron, tries to get there in time, but it's out of play. And the Ignite have a corner kick here in the 41st. Gomez heading over to take it. Can they capitalize here for an equalizer? Gomez surveying things. Coming in. A goal kick call. A wasted opportunity for the Ignite. Ejimadu stands over it. Brought down through traffic by Spencer. Falls through, but slipping there was Jamga, the early goal scorer in this match. And back to Lansing again. To the side. Brought down by Williams. Some room maybe centrally now. Tried to work the through ball instead. Chested on and headed back by Venter. Silva, a little flick trying to get it to Carr. He's double teamed pretty well on the far side. They're going to say it went out of play, and the assistant referee will agree. Now Tucson up 1-0 as we head towards the half. Halftime, we'll have a look around the USL Championship and League One from the week that was. With a look at the schedules ahead, and we'll have those power rankings, the latest ones coming out yesterday on USLLeague1.com, and also the team of the week. I hate to tell you, FC Tucson fans, but player of the week, Lucas Coutinho from Tormenta for that goal he scored Friday night. Along with some other excellent play in the attacking midfield. Jamga takes over, brought down by Carr, foul is called, and Tucson a chance to move the troops down the field. Ricky ahead. Silva left flank now with Moon. Shouldn't have too much stoppage time after this first half. Jamga, the steal. Getting it from Carr. But a better tackle in the end. Coming from Carr, forces it out of play and halts that transition attack. Be a throw in there, Turon. Spaniard looking to get it right back. Did not keep it in play with that header. Spencer putting the pressure on. Out of play. Throw-in coming for FC Tucson as we tick towards stoppage time. Just 1 minute here in Tucson of it. Sent into the box. Volleyed back the other way. Bruce let it go on by. Maybe one final chance for the home side before we hit the break. So left flank now. Stoneman back across. The referee might be inclined here to blow her whistle. But instead, a flick on just in time by Bruce. Williams, right flank, looking for the cross, loses it, gets it back, sent in, a dribbler, Moshabani there, but Ejimadu, his big frame, comes up and covers things before a shot could really be taken. Ejimadu slow to get up after that contact. We'll take another look at the cross here. Williams fighting back to get it. In there and trapped by the legs of DeVos, who got up in time off the ball, but it was still in between his legs. Moshabani not able to get a shot off of it. With that, you heard it, the halftime whistle, and 1-0 FC Tucson at the break. They scored first in their draw with Toronto FC2 on April 13th, but we'll see if they can hold on and maybe keep the clean sheet too, which would be their first of the season. We'll be back with halftime coverage in just a moment here on ESPN+. Welcome back here into Tucson, Arizona. 1-0 FC Tucson at the break, but while we're at half here, let's take a look at the road ahead for both of these teams.
So they know that we're pretty much basically live. They know that. Okay. All right.
Tucson will be heading across the country all the way to Richmond, Virginia to take on the Red Army. A hot Red Army that is, with 2 straight tight wins. 1-0 with the help of Joe Gallardo. Tucson back home, of course, on the 18th against Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. As we take a look ahead at the away side in tonight's match, Lansing Ignite FC, after their 2-0 loss at home, they won't be back home in League One play until May 11th. But coming up also a trip to Richmond to face those hot kickers out there. On May 4th, get your Star Wars gear out. Should be a good one coming up on Saturday. That is, already we're into May here in USL League One. Didn't feel like May up in Forward Madison FC's home opener. Of course, in Madison, Wisconsin. April, I guess, still means snowy conditions, as it was really coming down ahead of the match against Greenville Triumph SC. For Greenville, coming from South Carolina, I'm sure John Harkes and the squad not too happy about playing in the snow. But at the end of the day, a great turnout we saw, including the Flock. They got to welcome home their hometown club now, and for the inaugural home opener, as you see on your screens, 30-minute delay, but that didn't keep the fans away. Over 4,400 in attendance. A tough battle for the grounds crew as well on the field, but they got it done. Field looked like it didn't snow at all, really. Just a little bit of flurries maybe out there as the Flock got into action against the Triumph. A tough battle, just like those Greenville games have been all season. 0-0 in the final result, but some chances for both sides. You couldn't really tell the surface was that bad out there based on the play. Some tricky conditions happened there, and yes, you're right, that's the yellow ball. I know everyone gets excited about the yellow ball and the orange ball, but up in Madison, getting the point at home and making the Flock proud as they head back out there for League One play as the season goes on, as we take a look at the week that was across the USL.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's going to have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Guadarrama wants it himself. What a goal for Guadarrama.
The cross deflected. What a stop by Brown in the top corner. Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Adamo will strike it with his right foot. Whistle blows. Steps. Strikes. And saved by Rodriguez.
Here's Woodbine into the box. Van Schake's there. Van Shake!
Chance on for Louisville. And again, Callum Irving grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck as Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it like a flamethrower header. McCarthy once more. Big shot and score! Cross, oh, what a save by Matt Pickens! Here come the Rowdies. Guenzati's shot. Score!
Now Morton's coming up. It's headed and in.
The flick. Could it be 2? Yes, it is. That's Hellman.
Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away.
Gallardo at the top of the box. Lee gets a touch, still driving and sends it, and into the back of the net.
Like Joe Gallardo took almost on the entire defense there. Step left for the shot.
Chipped in, headed away by Lockby. Second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
Fantastic news from around the week, this past week, for both the expansion of USL League One and also just the soccer blueprint for many of these communities from around the country. Chattanooga talking about their new blueprints for soccer-specific stadium and a great, really, campus for the soccer community in Chattanooga. Fort Madison, we mentioned this, over 4,400 in attendance despite the snowy weather out there, and a great turnout from the flock as well. Still, North Texas SC surging. 3 games, 3 home matches, 3 wins for them as they hit the road against Greenville this upcoming Saturday. Toronto FC2 nearly just as good at 2-0-1 as we move into our Team of the Week here in League One. It's Lucas Coutinho, who unfortunately for FC Tucson fans got the initial goal in the victory for Tormenta over FC Tucson on Friday. He's joined by Morel and Antley in the Team of the Week category as we take a look at some of the scores in the week that was in USL League One. Of course, as I mentioned, 2-0 win for Tormenta at FC Tucson. Toronto FC winning at Lansing. 2-0, a big win for Toronto. And of course, North Texas SC getting another win with the help of Orlando City B, getting an own goal in that match, and a third straight win for North Texas as they hit the road this upcoming weekend. Taking a look at the power rankings, fresh released from yesterday, every Monday on USLLeague1.com. North Texas SC Tormenta still at the top of the rankings, but there is Toronto FC2 surging above Greenville after that win over Lansing. They're up to a 3 spot from number 6 from the previous week. Taking a look at the weekend ahead, hey, it's May the 4th be with you. Star Wars themed activity surely will be in action. I know the Richmond Kickers are going to have some as they host Lansing Ignite on Saturday. Greenville will also try to knock down North Texas SC from their undefeated pillar on Saturday. Of course, other great matchups in addition to that from around USL League One. With that, move to more of a serious note. Forward Madison FC coming up on Saturday will unfortunately be mourning the loss of a big figure in the state of Wisconsin soccer community and the U.S.'s soccer community, to say the least, and Jimmy Banks, who unfortunately passed away this past week. His son, of course, will keep his legacy going in the Wisconsin soccer community with Forward Madison FC as a forward and integral part of their starting 11 over the course of the start of the season. You can see some of his accolades there, but he will surely be missed by many across the USL League One blueprint and the American soccer community as well. We'll be back with second half action in just a few moments.
This is like, it's like pushing the pace and zoom out. Boom, mine's nice and smooth. Easy.
Welcome back here into Tucson, Arizona. 1-0 to the home side at the half as we take a look at our halftime highlights here from the matchup in Keno North Stadium. Beautiful night for soccer here on this Tuesday night. Taco Tuesday, $1 tacos there for the Tucson faithful. And starting out early on, it was mostly Lansing Ignite, and they had over 65% of the possession in that first half with chances like that from Moshe Bane. But it was Ejimadu at the end of them, saving them every time or punching them out of the way. But not really that golden chance in the box to this point. Moshe Bane there getting that touch, one of the better ones for Lansing Ignite in that first half with 4 shots overall and 1 on target. That pressure will continue from the flanks. Across in here, Moshe Bane again heads that one down to Ejimadu, who picks it on up. But it's been Moon and Williams really that have led the attack from the wings, and that's the way this Lansing Ignite offense likes to operate, and that's the areas that they rotated entering today's match. Moshe Bane more of a central presence. Here's Moon from the left side. Sends it in there. And a great strike in the end by Moshe Bane at the top of the box, but unfortunately not going in for Lansing United and not able to give the assembly line a reason to celebrate. But it was Tucson on their short counterattacks that would eventually strike first. Calistri on the near side on this one gets the deflection there. Tehran heads it on, and a backspin there didn't actually touch Carr, and Jamga scores it. So Tehran gets the assist on this play. And Jamga gets the little dance at the end of it, and his goal going in for FC Tucson, their first since the match against Toronto FC2. There are your match stats here at halftime. Just 32% of the possession for FC Tucson, but they say, hey, that doesn't matter. They're up 1-0 against Lansing Ignite, and that was Lansing's problem against Toronto FC2 last week. So we'll see if they can combat things as we enter the second half, if they have some moves up their sleeve. Some dangerous players on the bench still for Lansing Ignite as well as FC Tucson. So this battle definitely not done tonight yet, folks, as should have some great offensive players involved in the second half. Lansing, the big issue so far, if you were with us, you could really tell. On the perimeter of the box, fantastic with the ball, passing it around, dominating possession. It's just that finishing. A lot of high crosses, looping balls into the box, but not able to get much out of them. And Moshe Bane chance early on in the first half, really the main one for Lansing. It was Jamga getting the goal, of course, for FC Tucson. His first for the team. Portland Timbers 2 player. There's our goal scorer from the first half. And he was very potent on that left wing, up at the forward line. And we'll see if he can continue that into the second half. Alex Bruce will start with the ball. Pretty close to home for Bruce, at least his recent home. His dad working in the oil industry, so he moved around a lot until settling in to the Texas Gulf Coast. That's where he ended up with San Antonio FC. He had 3 goals and 13 appearances last season. He's officially on loan with Lansing Ignite. Williams up ahead to Bruce. Down the right flank, out of play ahead of Gomez. That's a throw in for FC Tucson here on this near side. Up and out of play. But one thing to keep in mind as you watch League One action this week and headed into the first round of the Open Cup, early on this season, most of these teams have only played about 4 matches like these 2 in front of us here today. The team at the top right now, Tormenta, they've played 6 matches, which Coach Milaresi has told me is, you know, average, okay, he'll take it, but that's averaging under 2 points per match, which is pretty good. But at the end of the day, all the teams have a chance to catch up to them once they get to 6 matches of their own. And these 2 teams today, of course, playing their 5th in the schedule. As Tehran goes down. A heavy fall. Spaniard there taking a long time to get up, unfortunately, as we take another look at this tumble. One of those tough balls where you go flying in the air and just didn't meet the body of his opponent, so nothing to brace him in the air. And a free kick in the end for FC Tucson, and a dangerous one at that. And here's Vega coming up, but they're going to back him off. Remember Vega, he's a set-piece specialist. I've been able to have a chance to see those talents here tonight so far. Ball sent in. Right side of the box, they'll target. Headed on by Moon. Out of play, and it's a throw-in for FC Tucson. Out of play off of Tucson. Throw-in coming for Stoneman and Lansing Ignite. Excuse me. Free kick in the end. Sarita takes over. Ball up ahead. Here's Bruce. Going down his car pretty heavily as Spencer looked like he was going to get a booking already, but now a couple shoves there and it's getting a little testy here in Tucson. His car is still down. I'll take another look. A heavy touch there at the end, getting the studs in towards the ankle of Carr, and it's a yellow card for Spencer, who's a loanee from Phoenix for tonight's match. This car is tended to by the trainer. Looks like a second yellow card issued to Fricky, the captain of Lansing, for his response after the tackle. But you can understand that after the bump on the field, as referee trying to ease tensions a bit here as we start the second half. Carr will take the free kick. So, say at least a physical start to the second half. Some energy going here in the crowd. And Ein barely getting it out of there in his first start for Lansing. Ignite trying to give the assembly line something to celebrate back home in Lansing. Spencer takes it over. Galistri gets his shot knocked away by Gomez. Maybe the break coming for Lansing. Moshabane, some room to run. Somersault tracking back. Moshabane in there, but over everyone. It was Serda making a beautiful run down the right flank, but they're not able to capitalize on it. And that's out of play. Ejimadu will have the goal kick. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content? Follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. And stay tuned to that social media, as League One looks like they're going to announce the next future member of League One, future club I should say, tomorrow. It's been a fun guessing game all through Twitter for USL League One and some of the fans out there. We whittled it down to somewhere in a state that does not include a current USL team, and that includes League One, Championship, and League Two, which that really narrows it down to just a handful of states. A lot of great guesses out there, so check those out, make some guesses of your own, and we'll see which team comes out on, or which club comes out of this in the next few years. Ejimadu pressured well by Bruce. Of course, Penn FC and the Rochester Rhinos will be joining the league in the coming years. Wheeler Amanu over the top. Jamga again, top of the box, the chance floats just high and wide. Looking for the brace tonight, but I can't find it on that one. That's how dangerous this Tucson attack can be. We'll take another look at this great chance. Wheeler Amanu serving it up and cutting it back around Stoneman, but well off the mark. Tucson up to 7 shots now this evening. Ignite's still looking for a response. .69% possession for Lansing as they give it up here to Tucson. Tackle down before, but looks okay out there. Bruce to Williams. Williams thought about it, but he cuts it back. He'll serve it on up to the left side with Moon. Cross coming in, low bouncer there. Bruce can't tell it. Williams through the legs of Tehran. Ejimadu would have had the save, but a gasp there from the Tucson faithful as it deflects out of play. A corner kick now for Lansing Ignite. What a chance there for Williams, but slips there at the top of the box and just inches away from the post. Voted in there. Ejimadu rises and takes it. Foul called. It's a free kick. As it looks like Tucson will get out of the situation. Chris Makoviak here bringing the action from Tucson, Arizona. '55th minute. Jamga getting the goal in the first half if you're just joining us. His first with Tucson. Somersault. Wheeler Amanu slipped there, but he shoves it over the top and out of danger. Scar takes over. Spencer caught up in traffic, so they wind it around. Tehran. Jamga. Tucson now trying to play a little bit of the possession game that Lansing has this whole match. Let things settle in, up 1-0. Little ball over the top, close to offsides, brought down by Vega, and he would have had a great chance. That is indeed the case. Flag up on the far side. But Vega getting in on the action, and he's going to get a yellow card after taking the shot pretty clearly after the whistle was blown. And it went off the post and out of play.
Who was that on?
Vega into the books here this evening. First yellow card in League One play. Another player on loan for this match from Phoenix Rising. Out of play. Marked by Lansing head coach Nate Miller. Williams will take it. All the way back with Carr. Calistri takes a tumble. Nothing called. Beautiful back heel there by Summersault. And Ein well off his line. Clears that away. Bit dangerous there. Both players slide into each other. Williams wins the challenge. Gets the ball. Bruce stuck at the edge of the box. Carr will drive it in. Running in is Ejimadu. Come in on it. Teron is down after that sliding challenge with Williams. An ugly one at that. Not sure how Williams got right back up from that one. We saw Teron down initially to start the half, and now down again. Williams has come out firing here in this second half. Left back tonight for FC Tucson. Looks to be walking just fine, so good to see, of course. And hey, there's Celso. In for Christian Silva. That a very offensive move coming from Coach Miller. And we'll see how that affects the match for sure. But I'm sure most League One fans know the name Celso by this point, after an electric starts this season in the win at Richmond. And now, quick player on the wing for sure in this offense. This will fall to Lansing, so we'll see if that paves the way for some more chances for the away side. Down 1-0 here on the road in the 60th. Brought down by Jamga. Oshabane trying to lay it off to Celso. Wheeler Amanu flicks it over the top. Nice ball in the end once again from him. Calistri brought down top of the box. Is there a call? Indeed there is. And a dangerous free kick coming for FC Tucson. It's Fricky bringing down Calistri. No card being shown. But this might have Vega's name written all over it. He scored one from a free kick at Tormenta a few weeks ago. And just a late challenge. Briefly touching the right foot of Calistri. We'll see how Ein sets up this wall. So far, counting 7 Lansing heads in that wall. Calistri, Vega, Teron standing over it. Vega takes it, and it's in! 2 League One goals for Vega, and 2 off free kicks. Coach Miller saying this week they focused on FC Tucson set pieces. But not much they could do about that one. Brilliantly positioned from Vega.
That was sweet, dude.
Coming down the road from Phoenix. And he puts Tucson up 2-0 here in the second half. Big insurance goal for the home side. Now Lansing, a lot in front of them to deal with. Quickly the other way, it's Celso down the right flank. Looking for the cross, he'll cut in. Sends it in there, headed away by Venter. The Ignite right back with it. Looking to respond quickly. Moon sends, at least tried to send a cross in there, deflected away into the arms of Ejimadu. First 2-goal lead for Tucson since that season opener against Orlando City B. Down the right flank. Williams, but he'll send it on back. And Tucson doing this with just 35% of the possession in this match. Deflected through, Celso takes it back from Somersault. Dodges through traffic, the Haitian looking up ahead. He'll serve it out wide to Moon. Moon, top of the box, cuts in towards the end line, sends it across. Off to Voss, out of play. They wanted a penalty called for a handball. That won't be the case as Gomez trots over to take the corner kick. Another look at this one. A case may be there, but arm very close to the side of the body. Sends it in there, headed up. Ejimadu lost it in the air. His defense helped him out of that one. Stoneman takes it down. Spencer, a chance on the break. Indeed, he does have one. Carr will need to get the stop. Spencer, crossover, chance, and just wide of the right post. And Tucson certainly heating things up here in the second half and almost getting their second goal in just a few minutes. But a beautiful crossover move from Spencer. Williams cuts in centrally, looking for some help. He'll drive into this one, a one-hop, and that was touched by Ejimadu. Maybe getting a last-second save on that one. Ball would have maybe hit the post. We'll take another look. Williams, a heat check on that. Just maybe a thumbprint on that ball from Ejimadu, but enough to force it out. A corner kick for Moshabane. Headed up. On the end line, still battling in there. Cleared off the end line. And Tucson helping out their keeper. Carr sends it in there. Flicked up again. Teron having quite the night. Almost going down again there and getting the air knocked out of him. Sent in there, headed up, but over the crossbar, out of play off a Fricky there. And the frustrations continue for Lansing. But this defense standing tall again on a crazy play off the crossbar. Ejimadu gets another punch to it on the header by Serda. Reminder after that last save, Ejimadu Up for Save of the Week online at USLLeague1.com, so make sure to get your votes in, FC Tucson fans. And he's up against that diving save from Pablo Jara as well from that same Friday night match. Spencer back on the break, working against Stoneman this time. Top of the box, the strike comes, but right off to the defender, Stoneman. And Vegas sends it into the night as I get caught up on my words. Line will take the goal kick. But this second half, all counterattack from Tucson. This is the team we saw, well, the way they started the season at least. They're just lethal attack. Zelso was taking a tumble. As they're working on back. Down the left flank. Moon, who was really alive with this offense in the first half, not much coming from that side in the second half. So adjustments being made by Tucson for sure. Jamga, he'll go after this one, scored the first goal of the match. Around Carr, end line, puts it across, stopped by Fricky, the captain comes up huge. And already Jamga tracking all the way back to his defensive position. Carr, Zelsa. Nate Miller getting a good defensive stop. Driving into this one, saved by Ejimadu. Huge game from the keeper so far, trying to get the first clean sheet of the season for Tucson. And Nick Moon, I'm sorry that I said you weren't alive here in the second half. There you are. And what a strike. So the wingbacks putting on powerful strikes here, forcing saves out of the keeper. And Moshabane trying to get another one on this corner kick. Headed up by Venter and cleared out. Another corner coming for the Ignite. Sent in. Volleyed up. Vega trying to clear it. Celso there first to keep it alive ahead. Williams, nice spin move. Keeps it there. Moshabane. Thinking about it. He drives it this one. A curler tipped over the crossbar by Ejimadu. He's up for save of the week from last week. He might have a few to his name this time around. What a touch there. Moshabane waiting for the corner kick, but a sub coming on. As Carr comes off, Kevin Koifik on. He's been away from the squad recently. Headed up. Venter, his third straight stop on a corner kick. Aminu, Teron, get it out of there. Coy fixed some injury issues recently, but clearly fit enough for this match after the road trip. That's a good experience on the back line to help things out. And the 71st. Who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL League One Power Rankings, only on USLLeague1.com. As we saw at halftime, it was Toronto FC2, the biggest movers in the latest rankings, all the way up to number 3. Both Tucson and Lansing dropping a bit. We'll see Calistri come off and Cox come on, who had a pretty good match against Tormenta despite the result. strong on the wing. I'll try to do the same this time around. Spencer. Jamga. Back to Spencer. Through ball a little bit too hot, and it goes out of play. A goal kick coming. If this result holds, Tucson will be at 7 points on the table early on in this season. This continues to be really jam-packed in the middle of this table. 10-team league. Low one sent in. Somersault trying to clear it still. He finally gets the touch. Sent in there, trickles through. Ejimadu off his line, he'll pounce on it here in the 73rd. With all the matches that have already been played, still 2 teams having just played 3 matches, and at that, still undefeated. Toronto FC 2, 2-0-1, and also North Texas SC, they had the first 3 games at home, coming away with 9 points overall, 3-0. As Jamga goes down at the end of that play, goes into the box, play continues. Spencer looking for the chance, flicks it over. Vega now cuts in, the chance, a dribbler deflected away, and finally it's cleared by Gomez. Bruce goes down, free kick coming. As still down on the near side is Jamga. Tucson continued their attack. Going down towards the beginning of that play on the left flank. Take another look here at the Bruce foul. Brought down by DeVos. He's just trying to halt that transition attack. Off with a brief limp. It looks good to go. So far, just one substitution for FC Tucson, 2 for Lansing. Cox takes over on that right flank. Moon drills this one over the top. Spin on this will take it out of play, and DeVos will let it go that way. As the center back will give it off to Ledbetter for the throw-in. Tucson, 33.5% possession at this point, and they're up 2-0. Story of the past 2 weeks now for Lansing in that regard. Bruce or Shabani. Koyfik, sliding challenge, but gave it right to Vega with that tackle. Down the right flank. Here's Spencer. Jamga running into the box. Sends it over, but stopped by Ein. Keeps Lansing in this game. Maybe Spencer getting caught up there trying to decide if he should pass it or not over to Jamga. Nonetheless, a great stop by the keeper tonight. Koyfik takes over. Botello Foz, excuse me. King set to come on. Appearing in the last few matches for the Ignite. Their key forwards in the preseason. Boyfik to throw it. And they'll pause things for the substitution. We'll see who comes off for Bato. Played with St. Mary's University in NCAA Division II. 39 goals, 15 assists in his career. Nick Moon will make way for him. But adds another forward out there, put some pressure. Try the right flank with Celso. Williams cuts outside. An easy corner one for the wingback. Oshabane will come over to take it. Here in the 78th. Time dwindling for Lansing. They're looking for some life. Sent in. Ejimadu up there. A Paul there. Gets it out. Cox on the break. That's Bruce trying to catch up with him. He does, and at least slows things down for Tucson, as they're back in possession with a 2-0 lead. Pato will take the top spot in the formation, as Lansing will get right back possession. Be a quick turnaround for them. Saturday match at Richmond. Team they're familiar with, but a team they've beaten 2 times, and I know from talking to coaches from across all sports, it's always tougher to beat a team you've beaten. If you're a losing team, you can make a lot of adjustments out there. Especially Richmond. 2 straight victories for them, both 1-0 with the help of Joe Gallardo. As Tucson steals it back. Jamga cuts through traffic into the midfield, services a through ball to the far side. Stoneman brings down Cox, and a foul is given. Free kick for Tucson. Fans follow Lansing Ignite and FC Tucson and the rest of the USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. Another player down on the back end of that for FC Tucson. Take another look at this foul, meanwhile. Stoneman, pretty late contact there. Easy call for the referee as Jamga again dealing with an injury. Early goal scorer, in this game. I'm up 1-0. He comes off hobbling a bit. FC Tucson still with 2 substitutions left. Pretty deep bench for them, up 2-0. A lot of offensive talent. Clearly not needed as much. But indeed they will bring on some of that offensive talent, and Guillermo Delgado. He'll come on for Jamga, who's dealing with that injury. Delgado had 2 goals and 1 assist in that season opening win against Orlando City B, but has not seen the back of the net since then. See if he can find that here tonight in the final 10 or so minutes. As Lansing looks to respond. Up and out of play. Throw in coming for FC Tucson. All three substitutions have been used for Lansing. Pato coming on. DeVos. Heavis downfield in the 82nd. But Lansing back with it. Lansing overall for their attack tonight. 10 shots, 5 on target. 13 for Tucson, 3 on target. It's not a bad night in that category, but just not able to finish. And Ejimadu has had some brilliant saves out there. Especially considering some of these long shots from the wingbacks. Celso can't get to that one. Somersault over to Vega. Spencer's offside, so they have to hold this up a bit. Delgado, he's not offsides. He'll take this towards the box, left side. Cross in there, falls through, and Vega will retrieve it on the right side. Ledbetter. Tucson maybe looking for another. Wheeler Amanu into the box. He'll cross it, and wide of both posts. Delgado was there on the backside, but not able to get to it. Tucson's still threatening.
A while, right?
Yep.
Knocked through. Ejimadu will save that one. Dangerous play by him as Bruce goes down. It's a throw in for Lansing. Taking another look at this. Chance from Wheeler Amanu. Just looking for someone on the backside. Ein took a dive there. Trying to get a touch to it, but didn't in the end. As we're back underway. Koific. As Cox will clear that into the Tucson Knight.
Texas Hold'em, yeah.
Floated in there. Celso top of the box. Gets off a shot, but right into the arms of Ejimadu on the deflection. So both these teams are two of the three teams in League One that have not posted a clean sheet so far. Tucson well on their way towards that so far tonight. It's interesting. We had a lot of high-scoring games in League One to start things off the first 2 weeks, but since then, a lot of defensive games, a lot of tactics shown. And hey, maybe it's because a lot of these clubs are new to the soccer world here. Getting some film on them after a few weeks. These coaches and great minds leading these clubs are starting to figure things out. Ball in, headed down by Ledbetter, and it's a corner kick for Lansing. Lansing certainly have not figured out Tucson yet tonight. Still great chances from FC Tucson coming in the second half, and Lansing still cannot find the back of the net. And it's a mirror image of what happened last Friday at home against Toronto FC2. Sent in there. Falls through. Ejimadu wanted a call for the contact. Play continues as Bruce will retrieve it. Sent in by Williams, but not nearly high or far enough. Pretty nice play with that fan there to knock it down. Throw in here for Lansing. Eddie Tavares on now. How about the Tucson effort? Ben Spencer's night is done. Tavares, a very quick and creative mind out there in the attacking midfield. Omni over the top towards Delgado, and pretty clearly offsides, I have to say there. So with that latest substitution, it will be Delgado at his normal spot at the top of the formation. Tavares filling in on this left side. Tavares knocks down Williams. Cerda, Celso.
Yeah, wide on one.
Williams into the box, cleared down, and cleared away by Cox. Delgado on the run. The All-American out of Delaware. Looking for some help. Vega on the run, top of the box. We'll let this run a little bit as they burn off the clock a bit. As we tick into the 89th minute, we'll have to see how much stoppage time we'll have. Shouldn't expect too much. Tavares will head after this one and force Lansing to come have a say. Actually, they're going to say that went out of play. Not too sure about that. Nonetheless, it's Ignite possession. Vega goes down. Play continues. Oshabane. Bruce. Met by DeVos in the corner. Hartford athletic player almost getting it. Finally, Wheeler Amanu will. As he clears it downfield. Rumor has it we might be seeing 5 minutes of stoppage time, so Lansing, the assembly line, hope for a miracle here. There might be one. That much time. Chance coming and just wide of the post. Gomez there with the chance from outside the box. It ends as a goal kick. Take another look at this one. A hopeful chance from outside the box. That's probably the best chances Lansing has had tonight, coming from outside the box on strikes like that. Pretty impressive from them, but none ending up in the back of the net. The 11th shot of the night. Still coming up empty-handed. Free kick for Venter and FC Tucson, and it is indeed 5 minutes of stoppage time. 2-0 Tucson. Is that ball again going out of play for Tavares? Celso brought down by Tavares. FC Tucson trying to make a statement before they play for over a week and a half. Won't be until they themselves battle the Richmond Kickers. Williams. Tackle there towards the end, no call. As Koifik will move it down the right flank. Celso. Chips it on in. Pato is there, gives it a little flick, but Ejimadu will let it fall. Will pounce onto it. Not much brewing for Lansing. So try to have to figure out their woes against the Richmond Kickers on Saturday. Maybe the force will be on their side. Williams gets it on back. About 3 minutes left here. See if Lansing has something in them still, maybe to break up this clean sheet. Little through ball on ahead, but Delgado probably would have been offsides. Tucson, after 3 straight matches, just gave him a point. Out of play by Celso. Looking like they're going to get a big win here tonight at home with 3 points. I'll move them deep into the discussion, back into the discussion here in the league. Ball sent in. Up there, Ejimadu, some contact, and he will get the foul on that one. Somersault also down as Fricky checks in on it. Up on his feet, ready to go. Great action coming from around the league this upcoming weekend. Check on it at USLLeague1.com. Of course, it'll all be available here on ESPN Plus. The bar is dragged down. It'll be a free kick on the near side. Serda. Williams. Tries the left flank. Moshabane is there. Cross sent in and just outside the reach of Ejimadu. And luckily for him, it's on the opposite end of the post. But again, the wingbacks have been the key tonight for Lansing to get their chances, and yet again, that is the case. Let's take another look at this great strike from the left side. Bruce was there, but well too high. Headed on. One final breath here for Lansing. Williams. Celso. We're back the other way, and that will be the final whistle. And it's FC Tucson getting a big 3 points at home. Just a few days after being shut out themselves 2-0, they get a 2-0 win of their own over Lansing. Vega coming up with the free kick goal for the Insurance, but it was Jamga getting the tally early on. When we come back, we'll check out entire match now. Highlights and stats as we take a look deeper into Lansing, their possession, and maybe what to look for in the future. Right here when we get back on ESPN Plus. Welcome back here into Tucson, Arizona, where FC Tucson is celebrating a 2-0 victory here at home over Lansing Ignite. With that, let's take a look at our match highlights as we looked out upon an impressive showing from Lansing Ignite possession-wise. But other than that, most of the great chances coming from FC Tucson on the transition. In the first half, it was Moon coming from the left flank, and of course the entire group of Lansing Ignite players getting off chances like that. Moshabani at the top of the box, but they couldn't really penetrate the box, and that was the issue the whole night. Chances from far out came their way for most of the time, but it was then this little deflection and Teron's header, little nice backspin there, and Jamga, he has his first goal in his FC Tucson career. Little fist pump for it, putting up his side 1-0, their first goal since the draw with Toronto FC2 back on April 13th. Then it was Lansing's turn to maybe respond. Dangerous ball sent in, and Williams here deflects just wide off of Teron. And the wingbacks really dictated things for Lansing tonight. That's the way they like their offense to work. Moon and Williams getting a lot of those chances, either driving in centrally from top of the box or plays like that working it into play. And here's the real dagger, the insurance tally. Not the most beautiful celebration for Vega as he takes a tumble, but 2 goals, 2 free kicks, and 2 matches in League One play. You can't really question that for sure. Put up Tucson 2-0, and it was runs like these that continued to come from Tucson all night. Here, Spencer, the little crossover, and almost getting a beautiful finish past the goalkeeper. But Spencer putting in some good minutes at the top of the formation, and this counterattack really came into fruition in the second half. Lansing continued to try to get things going, but could not make them fall. Moshabani again forcing a save out of Ejimadu. He had, I believe, 3 that he had to make like that from far out. And unfortunately for Lansing, those did not fall. And Ejimadu had a fantastic night, getting the first clean sheet of the season for FC Tucson in League One play, as the defense stood tall. 14 shots apiece either side, but were counted shots on target possession. I guess you could just wave that away tonight. But FC Tucson, they like to counterattack, and 34% has to look pretty for them, I guess, at the end of the day. As Lansing had their chances, but not able to fall, and just one of those nights for them, just like last Friday. So 2 straight shutouts for Lansing, or the team that was shut out. But Tucson getting it done 2-0 with a big win and 3 points here at home before they hit the road in the future. Lansing Ignite, they'll hit the road on Saturday and try to regroup, figure things out after having so much possession in the game, but not able to capitalize on it, of course. But Tucson back at 7 points on the table. I'd like to thank our entire crew for this match. Jake McCluskey, our producer and director, replay operator Jake Leota, and our audio technician Stephanie Aguilera. I'm Chris Makoviak. Thank you for joining us for USL League One Soccer here on ESPN+. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.